Oops. I just realized I've been using the wrong setting this entire time. Just a moment. And we'll be ready to go. Apologies. I was talking this entire time, by the way. I'm so good at streaming. Let's fucking go. What do you want from me? I'm a bear clickbaiter, not a streamer. Yeah, I was using the setting and ops I used to record videos, and that one doesn't have the microphone. Yeah, I set it by real time as well, so you probably actually missed by 1 second. Because normally there's some delay on the stream, but I made sure it's as low as possible for this. You get in the next one, no worries. Okay, bunch of defenders versus 9 casters. So, these casters have really shit DPS, but they have a double hit. These defenders have 0 res, but they do have some amount of health. We going with casters beat defenders? Yeah, I think so. Range is a pretty big advantage, but their DPS is really shit, so I'm not sure. Let's see how this goes down. Okay, their DPS might be shit. No, but the defenders also have very little health, so it's gonna be super close. Nope, never mind. The defenders will just win. These casters suck ass! And they have no health too. They lost to a unit they're supposed to counter. Okay, next matchup. Dogs against AoE. I think that's too many dogs. Let's see if we all lose together. So, these casters will absolutely destroy the dogs, but they have shit health and incredibly shit attack speed, so they're gonna hit once and then die. That's my prediction. These casters are just really slow. Yeah, so they hit one and then all of them melt. Kind of like that. And 7 people are out already. The slaughter out here. On round 2. No fucking chance. These guys have no DPS. Boxers will live long enough to start doing damage. Oh, Fumu's going against the grain. Do you believe? Guy with pillow? Do you? I understand the desire to vote against Jesuit and Boxers. But the other unit here is also shit. So you see the Boxers sucking, and then suddenly... Yeah, they're actually pretty strong once their condition activates. But in this mode, enemies have reduced health and increased attack. So anything that needs to scale up in the fight generally performs really badly. That's why you usually want to bet against the Boxers. Okay, so these guys have a bunch of defense, and these guys have lightsabers. What kind of damage do you think the lightsaber does? I'm not sure, guys. I feel like it's something magical, you know? Also, the Jedis have an insane health pool for an arts thing. They're basically a defender that does arts damage. Hi, Geronimo. Oh, did we lose Wagus? Should have trusted the Jedi. They're pretty insane. Unless something directly counters them, they're gonna shit on it. Jedi you can treat kind of like the golems. They almost always win unless something can specifically counter them. Yeah, how do you think this is gonna go with the fucking cheater on the right side? I assume the arena rules are if the other player gets into your dressing room and beats you to death, then they've won the match fair and square. They have cameras in the dressing room, so it's fine. Okay, now shield, and now they're not gonna break the shield in time, and the fight will end instantly. Oh my god, the AoE. He didn't kill everything. I cannot believe it. Amazing, do they have a chance? They survived the shield explosion and they're dead. Now he's doing a second shield just to flex. Frey is such a dick. And next. Okay, Caster Ship of Death with a kind of shitty frontline from the spawners. Pompeii will eventually kill this stuff, but it's going to kill stuff slowly. Everything here is gonna die slowly. This one's weird, I'm not sure. It depends on whether the archers bring value or not. Genuinely not sure how this is gonna go. I'm gonna bet on the left because it has way more DPS. And the archers are only good for a few seconds. After that they will disappear immediately. And if there's any spawner left alive, the Pompeii will suck ass. Because Pompeii is awful against these things. It just distracts the fireballs. Because Pompeii can only attack 4 targets at once. Pompeii will push it out anyway. Casters are pretty cheap against Pompeii as well. Pompeii has like 80 rest. Nah, it's gonna count the DPS once more. Everything here has red basically. Other than the spawner, but the sheep got it out. Oh. My card struggling with the music as well. Oh wait, I think I can take it out. I normally watch YouTube in have no reason to do that. I'm 60p because we're just here for the music. And that okay. Oh shit, I need to back. Too much shit here, go right. Is the microphone working or not? What do you think, guys? Is it fixed? Okay, so what I did there, I lowered the quality of the YouTube video. Because I had it at like 180p, I lowered it to 360. Because for sound quality it doesn't make that much difference. Bye, Shu. Okay, hopefully we can play. Worst case scenario, we can just play the Kenneth music, but I'm kind of tired of it, so I wanna avoid it. And then we can just play Monster Hunter stuff or something. If you get tired of Monster Hunter, tell me and I'll give you something else. Oh shit, I gotta pick stuff. AoE, crocodiles, big wipeout explosion. These guys are really good. Not sure. These things have 0 def and there's a lot of high physical DPS here, so I kind of like this side. Could be wrong though, we'll see. Oh no, we all lose, guys. The second caster explosion is gonna wreck everything. Yeah. The Sarkaz weren't spread out enough. If they were one pile at the top and one at the bottom, they would have a chance. Okay, 3 to go. Char, Baku, and Eric. Do you believe in Xe or W? Or a cat? Okay, dogs, rats, and bleeders. Huh. That one's pretty interesting. Kodus have really shit defense. They are awful in this fight. But the Jedis are really good. Still, I think there are too many things on the left side. Eventually they'll get overwhelmed. Nope, they're too shit. The Jedi are too imba, nothing beats the Jedi. And W wins! Apparently Exe Outer isn't the most overpowered operator. Oh, are we wrong? The dogs are living at the top? Nah, the Kodus fine. The Kodus will shit on the mice. They quetched it out, I think. Yeah, there's a bunch of Jedi behind the Kodu. They're fine, they're fine. Closer than I thought. But yeah, we won't be rid of W just yet, I guess. Okay, round 1. GGW. Now, get out of my lobby. We're looking for. And we're making another one. Yeah, this is why you need Ak to nerf Wissadel properly when you're playing multiplayer. Otherwise, she always wins. Okay, get over here. Shurats also have a really high attack, so they can damage some enemies that you wouldn't think they could. But they also have shit defensive stats. They have no defense, they just have health. See a lot of the same people? Are we going to get our champion in to defend their title? The champion did not make it in, but we have 2 other Ws to take their place. Which archetype do you think is the best? At what? I don't think there's a lot of point of discussing what archetype is actually the best, because 90% of the operator is skill. For example, if you're talking just about the archetype, without taking into account the operator's skills or talents, Juggernauts are a fucking awful archetype. Because the only archetype trait is 32 fucking DP, and this unit cannot be healed. That's all the Juggernaut trait gives them. Which is, obviously, awful, right? But you'd agree that 6-star Juggernauts are pretty good. Okay, this one's really easy. Casters against something that spawns lots of minions. Let's see who has played Chapter 10. And who hasn't. Yeah, Reapers are a good example of a really strong archetype. That's kind of why Humus is good. Even if the skills are really bad, the baseline of the archetype is insane. Okay, so we have 2 people in the room that have not played Chapter 10. You can tell they haven't played Chapter 10 because they've never been fucking bodied by chaincasters. This is one of the most wild elites we have in the main story. The stages didn't really spam them a lot, so you might not have a good idea of just how strong they are, but they make almost every other elite in the game look like garbage. With how crazy their damage can get. Imagine some really tight stage where you have no space to deploy, you have to rush out operators to block something else, and then everything is clustered together and this fucker shows up. What are these odds? This isn't a fight. This is a... What the fuck do you call a group of wolves? A hound of wolves looking for their next meal. Like, yeah, they're weak and small, but there's so many of them. A pack of wolves, yeah. In Bulgarian, it's Gutnica, by the way. Bye, E3. Apparently, not playing Chapter 10 makes you fear the OD enemies. Or maybe he just really likes them because he bet on them twice in a row. Okay, so this is a matchup. Yes, let's go here. That seems like a good choice. I'm just curious if anyone is gonna get baited to vote on the left. Apparently they did. Bye, Maximus. Why did so many people vote left? Oh, you think the dock workers will win this, do you, Michael? What a controversial opinion. These guys do good physical damage. Individually, their health isn't high, but there's a lot of them. But 3 Pompeys are way too many. I'm just gonna say it so we don't lose the Ankh-Mor Pork guy. Next, we wanna read the Discord novel again. Little thing you might not remember about Pompey. He actually has 2 attacks. One is the AoE attack, and then when they get close, he does another one. That's actually AoE. So their chances were actually much worse than you would imagine if you didn't know that. Nope. Nope. Not a chance. It's free. No, it's free. It's free. Free is unbeatable. Believe in free. Definitely. I'm not lying to you. Free definitely cannot be 1v1'd by a golem. I'm definitely not lying to you. Trust me. Believe in free. He will not be 1v1'd by a golem. Because the Jedis will kill him first. Okay, so there's very few things that can beat free. And a golem is absolutely one of them. I don't know what the scaling on this fight is, it's completely crazy. Okay, I underestimated 3. He beat everything other than the golems. Now he gets to be 1v1'd by a golem. You don't believe in golems, huh? Oh, they're trying really hard to lose this, but they're not gonna manage. You lose your shield on chapter 5, so no biggie. Huh. So, the snowballs will do decent damage to the Sarkaz. The possessed will tear through and kill almost everything. The question is whether the knife will be able to clean up the shields that are left. I'm not sure. This one's weird. I think there will be a few shields left and the knives won't be able to push it out. Nope, one possessed will survive, they're fucked. The possessed are tanky, even with reduced health. Oh, do I have sound on my phone? Oops. Okay, we have slugs and the reflectors. Reflectors are to win. Nothing here counters the reflectors. There's 0 chance they lose. The dogs will get bodied and then the reflectors clean up everything, I think. Actually, the dogs have super high health, but shit defense. So they're actually terrible against slugs. I wonder if there's a chance for them to lose now. All of the slugs will disappear in a moment, so they're not a threat. But the trumpets have decent damage. Oh, the trumpets will clutch it out. The dogs, I underestimate just how much the dogs suck against slugs. Because those dogs have basically 0 defense. We're doing wobbies, dude. You're gonna get your chance in a bit. Okay, we have trash crabs that do no damage but tank for a bit, casters, and Junkman the Invincible. The dogs and the casters are awful because they both do arts damage and Junkman counter that, but the golems on the back, dude. The golems. Yeah, I don't think there's a counter to the golems here. You're gonna watch the dogs suck ass, and as long as the casters survive for just a moment, I think the golems clutch. Because golems destroy Junkman pretty well, with a bit of help, and there's too few casters. But the golems need to frontline. Most of the casters are down now. You can see that the moment the frontline of Junkman falls, all of the casters are going down. But without any support from the casters on the right, the golems are taking forever to kill them. This should be a win on the left. Not enough caster survives to coach it out. Tragic. Okay, so lesson we should take from this. The chapter 11 dogs suck ass. In any kind of larger engagement, they rush forward in front of everything, when they would perform much better if they're mixed in with other stuff. Exploding spiders and snowballs against 9 crabs. Huh, this one's really fucking weird. Everything on the left has pretty low defense, so both the snowballs and the exploding spiders are deadly. But what do they have left after that? The two Pompeys are clustered together, and I think that might just end the fight if the spiders get right on top of them. The trumpets did a pretty good job at tanking the spiders there, even with their minimal damage. Yeah, too many ranged enemies is a good call. Yeah, we're playing with chat. You'll get your chance soon enough. Okay, reflectors, cuddles, and crocodiles against. The casters on the back are gonna go crazy. They have a really solid front line. I believe in the AoE casters here, I think. The crocodiles will get bodied by the AoE casters, and then I think the other stuff will struggle to clear. Maybe I'm wrong. Trash mobs really suck against reflectors. We'll see. Yeah, the reflectors might be too much. Though the way they're clustered over there might screw them. We'll see. The rats are decent against the Kodus, but they're not this decent, I think. Oh, if the casters get the attack buff, they might win because of that. That's gonna be such a scam. Watches the attack buff. It's gonna settle the fight now. Because now they start doing the big damage. And faster. Everyone loses. So W gets to keep her crown. Tragically. We're all bad guys. We let W win again. Moment of silence for the tragedy. Okay, that's enough. Get out of my room. And you have the code on the top. Oops, sorry. You have the code on the top. Get in here. By the way, if you get tired of the Monster Hunter music, we can switch to something else. Ooh, people are just flying in. Nice, it's cool to see. The champion is back. The filthy W player. Bye, Woko. Yay, no suitor. Happy day. That would be a fun alternative chapter 15, where Priestess fights Kenot instead because he got the one ship off of us. Okay. I think the Junkmen's body them. So, you know how the dogs have a strong dot that kills your operators? Two problems with that. A, enemies have much higher health than your operators. A strong dot for your operators is a nothing dot for enemies. 2, it's an arts dot, and these guys have res. So I think they should destroy the dogs. Then again, they also do physical. Oh, if they win because of that dog on the back surviving at 1 health, I'm gonna be so sad. Smack it. Yeah, like that. Go, Junkman. They quirched it out. Yeah, that would be a good idea for event. So you're playing as Kenot and just have to steal as much scrap metal from the one ship before PRTS catches you. Like, I know that seems the obvious choice, but Kodos don't attack that slowly either. But they have zero def. I think the zero def will fuck them. I won't be surprised if the left side wins, because the speeders actually spawn these things really slowly. I'm not sure it can actually suppress 3 Kodos. Yeah, it can. They're dead. You can see the layer forming and reforming. Different numbers, they definitely win. But this is too much for them. We're listening to Monster Hunter music right now. Straight off of YouTube. In case Capcom wants help with copyrighting me. This is not a fight, this is an execution. Let's go to the next fight. Move on, move on. Yeah, the Kodos attack a bit faster than Golems, so that's why I said they might have a shot. But I guess 5 to 3 is too much of a difference. At even numbers, I definitely think the Kodos win that though. Like if it's 3 Kodos to 3 Spitters. Huh. Nope, no chance, no chance. These guys have defense, these guys do not. The slugs will be annoying, the sarcasm will die, and then everything else gets bodied. I'm going with shield. What do I think? What do you think? Should I stop describing the matches, or should I just let them play out? Yeah, the Sewer is literally a defense crusher that attacks faster. This was not a fight at all. Why did you all think the Sabers would lose? Do you not see the giant gummy shields they're wearing there to indicate that they have defense? Okay, so one of these sides is free. Okay, correct. You understand the assignment. And then we have the rebels on the other side. Do you think the trash mob spammer against the ultimate AoE weapon? Who will win this fight, I wonder? Trash mobs or AoE? Oh! It seems like the trash mobs are losing, guys. Shock. Well, they got to the second free shield. I have to acknowledge that was better than I expected. I thought he'd just cheat and get them with a few hits early, but the slugs ate a lot of the ranged attacks. And our champion went out early in an upset. Oh, don't talk about Pictus or you're gonna get some clear obscure music. And that one's too loud for my wimpy voice. The numbers are insanely one-sided, but 4 of these casters is nasty. I don't know. Maybe I'll go with left. This is weird. Oh shit, I wanted to click left. I got scammed. No, I clicked left and I didn't register it. What a dumb way to lose. I got scammed! It even had the sound effect, but it didn't change the count the vote on time. Yeah, I should just click early. That's a good point. Slugs against trash mobs and reflectors. I think the right should be able to watch it out. Trash mobs are relatively efficient against slugs, because once they close the distance, they just kill them. And then the reflectors do arts damage, so they wipe out the tanks. Yeah, stomp for right. Yeah, it was revenge for me killing Priestess with 4 stars. She took my voting rights away, so I can't gamble. Yeah, but the trash mobs are far in front of the reflectors, so the town doesn't matter there. Okay, Coapsos are trash. This right side just wins. I've got nothing. Junkmen are alright, but they'll get stuck on defense, die, and then that's it. Yep, both the reflect damage and their actual attack is arts damage. They also have high res and low defense, with decent health. Coapsos get crazy buff in IS4. Outside of that, they're complete trash. And the crocodiles are probably one of the strongest boxers in the game. They remove defense really quickly. Then they start doing actual damage. They pair well with other mobs that do physical. But with the shield guys there wasn't any chance for them to lose. Exploding Spider, Kodu, and DPS caster against 2 golems. And golems lose here, I think. No fucking ways golems win this. The spiders swipe the Sarkas, Kodu stun golems, and the casters kill a golem really quickly. I think the spiders watch it out, because they'll remove all the Sarkas. If a few Sarkas survive, they will flip the fight around though. I don't think they will, but they just need a few Sarkas to help the golems win. That's my prediction. Okay, didn't get it. Now the spare spiders will waste their time, while the single target DPS caster beats the shit out of them. And Kodus are a solid front line. Yeah, 15 spiders can kill a golem because they do actual damage when they hit. And eventually that adds up. That wasn't the case here, it was just that they removed the Sarkas. Without the Sarkas, the fight... Sorry, if the Sarkas were there, the fight would go the other way around. Because they would help the golems chew through the front line, and they have great rest to help tank the casters. We are so far beyond broke, dude. Kenot is calling us up to find out how to get rid of PRTS from his computer. That's how broke we are. A bunch of trash mobs against reflectors, AoE, 0 chance on the right. They will get annihilated. And then it's arts damage against guys with no res. GG. The dog teeth melted. What do you mean break? There's nothing left. Okay, Pompeii, Jedi. Pompeii aren't ideal against dogs, but they can manage. Jedi will stomp them, the rats suck. Holy shit, 21 spiders and 41 dogs though. That's so many. Yeah, I'm not sure. This one's weird. I'd go with Pompeii, I guess, because some rats left over can clean up the backline. And the Pompeii explosions are really strong. But yeah, this is a weird matchup. Pompeii has disgusting rest, so the casters can't do anything to him. As long as the frontline wipes the trash mobs, I think, yeah, Pompeii has it from here. There were so many, but the front line held just enough to get rid of the enemy front line. And now caster versus caster, Pompey isn't gonna lose this. Well, it's a good thing you didn't see the spiders, I guess. Okay, enjoy being a spectator, Mari. Shields, casters, and AoE. The spiders are gonna get demolished, and the sheep will survive. Okay, I think left wins. Their front line is good enough to tank spiders. A lot of them will die early. Then this isn't a squishy front line, while the sheep have long range, so they'll be safe. Yep, complete stomp. So far, we have... Okay, this is the single death the left side took. One of the knife guys died to the trumpets. Will the trumpets manage to kill a second knife guy? No. Oh, this has been a long session. Now we're getting to the big waves. Good boxers with shit boxers against Pompey, 3 possessed. Okay, real talk. So the boxers are kind of okay against possessed. But not in these numbers. What the fuck? On top of that, everything on the right is melee, more or less. So the possessed won't get DPS down quickly and they can eat through everything. That was so unfair, holy shit. Yeah, they had the trash crabs that don't do anything and they still completely stomped the fight. Round 13. Do you think we're gonna make it to 20? Okay, so we have Pompey, Coapsos, and Shit Boxers against Dog Shit Jesuton. 3 extremely strong casters and a bunch of AoE. I think Pompey loses here. Jesuton beats 2 Pompeys. He's shit, but he beats 2 Pompeys. And the casters will take care of everything else. Because our AoE is great. Wait, are we even gonna need Jesuton? Like, are we gonna enter Jesuton phase 2? To be clear, Jesuton will kill 2 Pompeys by himself. But I'm not sure he will need to. Cause, oh yeah, he won't need to, cause the chain casters from chapter 10, do you know what happens when you kill them? They spawn a melee enemy that's very tanky and does high physical. And we won't even need that either. Here's one of them. Will we get to hit something? No. That's how much of a stomp this fight was. So, what you should be most happy about as an audience is that Jesuton did nothing there. That's the most important thing to us. Okay, so no AoE against 33 enemies. They will demolish the slugs instantly, and then you have shit spawners against relatively tanky guys and Kodus with 0 defense. Boxers, bet on boxers. Let's go to round 20. Everyone bet on boxers. Trust. They're gonna eat through this like butter. You have the shit boxers going in first, but they're still gonna kill a lot of slugs. Then the Kodus will get absolutely fucking melted. Because both the boxers and the Sarkaz guys have really good physical damage. You're a potato, so I assume you love Sarkaz. You should have bet on the Sarkaz. Or do you consider the army a beast of Sarkaz? Fair enough then. Okay, Kodus, good boxers and shit Coapsos against spiders that will wipe everything. Archers that are okay against Kodus and Junkmen. No fucking chance. If it was 4 Kodus, maybe the spiders will decimate everything, and then the Junkman and Crossbow will clean up the Kodus easily. I think the Coapsos are extremely overvalued for some reason, because they're a really shit physical damage unit with no defense and no damage. Most of the spiders didn't even die. Bye, Mumu. Mumu died so hard that she killed the entire arena. By the way, when you're sad from whack, you can spam emotes here. I swear this was just added so when somebody whacks out, we can wait for them to drop out. Like this. And the emote spam kicks them out faster, clearly. Okay, 5 people to go. Casters, shields, golem. 4 possessed, 4 Kodus, and 4 reflectors. The reflectors are not ideal here, but they are a stat stick. Casters are insane. My main concern is that the possessed might kill the golem. If they kill the golem, they have a good shot. Yeah, I think the right side doesn't have the damage to take care of the possessed, so the possessed will just completely cripple their side. There goes half the golem HP. And the casters are fucking awful against the Amiya beasts, because the Amiya beasts are just health sticks. Yeah, they're fucked. They just didn't have anything that can instantly kill the possessed to make this an even fight. And they did way too much damage. And then they wasted the caster attack, so the other enemies were safe. Bye, Amiya and Doctor. Round 17. Okay, shields, good boxers, possessed. 25 slugs, 2 golems, 5 Jedi. So the possessed will rush forward and take massive damage, killing the slugs. I'm not sure how well the rest they will perform from there. I think if the Jedi and golems remain intact, they will win. And slugs are relatively okay against possessed. So yeah, I think the left side might win here. Because the Jedi are pretty good against these guys. Nope, I'm wrong. Too many crocodiles. I keep calling them good boxers, but I don't treat them like good boxers. They're not just boxers, they're good boxers. Gotta trust the good boxers. They know how to kill stuff. If you're wondering why they're so strong, they remove defense. So they help everything else and they attack really fast. So the damage stacks. Good boxers. The worst boxer, Jesutan. Trash mobs. Trumpets, which are relatively tanky. A bunch of slugs, which suck against boxers for the record. But they went up with the front line. And the shields, who will tank a fair bit because the... Yeah, I think right. So what's gonna happen now is that the count... This might sound weird, but the best counter to defense removal is just having a bunch of defense. Because when you have defense, they can't instantly start doing a ton of damage to you. You see how the shields tanked the boxers easily? Yeah. And then they don't need defense that much because there's no damage left. And now we have 2 Jesseltons. The problem is that it's Jesselton. So they're going to fucking die. Once again, everyone loses. If you don't count the 2 times I lost, I technically won this. Because I was only wrong once, outside of the 2 times I was wrong. Okay, so the best news about this, that I want you all to remember, is that we also lost the W. So now that they're out, W is no longer the champion. Current champion is apparently Heinz Ketchup. I don't know why, because the game likes the Amiya icon better, I guess. Get out of my lobby. Yeah, that's a good point, Blue. Sorry, not Blue. Your name's in too small letters for me to read. I'm blind. Name's Quower. Why did everyone bet on Jesuton? Big mistake. No, bet to Jesuton. Okay, have the Ethan, former champion W. And we have 30 people. Let's fucking go. Oh, Local, you're no longer Suitor Simp. Good on you. I'm proud of you. As long as they have horns, I assume, knowing your taste. Snowballs, then they don't do damage and defenders win. Wonder if the outers will fuck this up and let the snowballs win. Because these guys have higher health than these guys. But so if they fight around the outers, I think that might fuck them. Yeah, I can see the snowballs winning because of the outers. But I'm still gonna go with my pick. Oops. Yeah, the knives are definitely clutching it out. Oh wait, they also get fucked by the outers. But not as much. Knives win. Generally, when you have these outers, I would advise to bet on things with higher health. Because if you have 10 units there, they're all gonna take damage, right? If there's only 1 unit on the other side, then the side with 10 units is taking 10 times the damage. So generally go with stuff that has higher health. And okay, so the outers made all the collapses rush in and die. That did not help. Can I bet on the outer? Well, yes, when you have outers, that's what you're doing. You're betting who the outer will beat better. Huh. I'm not sure on this one. This one's weird. What do you guys think? These guys suck ass against slugs, but the outer destroys slugs. I'm gonna go with slugs. I think the slugs will win despite the outer disadvantage. Because they're gonna spread out, so they're not. Most of them won't be in the outers, and they absolutely demolish this enemy. That's my guess. Oh, that's bullshit. They don't kill the small slugs, they just target the... What the fuck is that targeting? They ignore the small slugs and let them pile up, even though they could two-shot them. What sort of bullshit is that? But did you saw that targeting though? It's not even the outers, they were ignoring the small slugs. Why were they ignoring the small slugs? It's so weird. Normally enemies don't do that and they attack stuff that are closest to them. So I'm very confused about that one. These guys have 0 chance the sheep stomp on them. Summons have lower priority. No, they don't. I mean, normally they don't. In this event they might, but in general they don't. This guy's has res. Avenger wins. The Sarcasm will tank for a bit, then melt because they have no defense or health. And then the caster ship will die because Avenger has res. Also, you know, he has the best outer advantage out of anyone. As always, he starts slowly, then wipes the entire front line. And now the enemy DPS just gets removed from existence. Unusually, the outer was completely irrelevant for this fight. Their DPS is too low now, they can't coach. Even the red debuff can't throw him now. Yeah, of course Avenger beats the golems. That's not close, I think. His invincibility is too useful. This is the best fight in the game. If Avenger kills both golems in phase 1, he might be able to kill 4 golems. Because the invincibility lasts so long, he'll just chop them to pieces. Wait, has anything even died so far? I think all of the crocodiles are still alive. Okay, the Otter killed some of them now. That was such a funny fight. Dogs versus AoE. The reflectors on the back are kind of scary though. The knives will 1v1 the reflectors, but they need to have some health left over. So if the dogs do a lot of damage to the knives, this fight might flip. It's probably going to the right side, don't get me wrong. But it depends on the dogs actually doing something here. Which they will not. Okay. The reflectors are now fucked. Yeah, reflectors are decent stat sticks. Oh, maybe they win anyway. I think they lose this. Because the outer will fuck somebody over in a moment. Yeah, I knew the reflectors will be good here, but I kind of underestimated them. What a scam. AoE casters wipe defenders and snowballs, reflectors tank well. Huh. Yeah, I think the reflectors will do fine here. I think the biggest weakness on the left is that the snowballs will kill all the AoE casters. So reflectors will have to do double time. But I think reflectors will do well against the enemies here, so that should be fine. If one AoE caster survives, they definitely win. Wait, what? Snowball damage is shit. All of the AoE casters survived. The snowballs can't even kill the AoE casters? That one was just sad. Wait, nothing died. 0 deaths for the left side. Yeah, I guess they have a lot of HP. Snowballs are arts damage. Really? I don't remember the event. That's visually so stupid. Imagine somebody throwing a rock at you and it doing 300 arts damage. Like, we need some encoding here. Spitters are not the worst enemy against reflectors. The slugs will have a front line thanks to the spitters, I think. While the dogs will get bodied to eat the first wave. Still, I think the outer might screw the right side. Okay, so all the dogs get wiped out. And then the slugs get thrown by the outers. Will the spitters be able to coach out these guys now? The thing is, the spitters attack really slowly, so the reflect doesn't hurt them that much. Okay, 1v1 between the guy who hasn't played Chapter 10 and the former champion. At least their champion is no longer Heinz Ketchup. Hopefully it's not W again. I am very unbiased, as you can see. The front line sucks ass and will get absolutely bodied by the possessed. So what you wanna question is whether the caster ship at the back can clean up what's left afterwards. I think they have a pretty good chance, yeah, because the possessed die quickly. It's up to how many of the possessed can hit the ship. I think they will... Yep, their front line was too shit. So in the end, the snowballs just wiped out so many things. The right had nothing left. Right, an old man with a mustache made that snowball himself. I agree the sheep are meat, but the other stuff there weren't great either. Definitely right side. They just have a bunch of tanky shit. They won't die to AoE and then they'll push everything. And I'm pretty sure all 5 casters together cannot kill a Junkman, I think. But the Junkmans died. So it all comes down to the Kodus. Will the Kodus clutch it out? I think the mice will be able to finish them off. Because the mice have high physical damage. Bye bye Kodu. And that means we have a new champion. The hasn't played chapter 10 guy. Congratulations, Ethan. Yay! No more W. Dun 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 dun. Congrats to Ethan. Now, get out of my lobby. And if anyone wants to join, look at the top right and write this code. Go, 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 go! Okay, nothing wrong with not having played chapter 10. But it definitely shows if you haven't. So many player character icons. Is this supposed to be passenger? So passenger, Cowseat, April. Okay, we have a few who aren't operators. Yeah, Ethan is here to defend the crown from W. Yeah, because the supercasters are easy to... If they don't fear them, they haven't played chapter 10. Huh. Okay, now this one is almost interesting. Fear the chapter 10 casters, yes. But these guys have a lot of res. But I don't think res helps against elemental procs, so... For the record, the Sarkaz can beat every other caster. Well, they win against the caster of casters. I think they lose. Yep, they lose. That was the closest anyone has ever gotten to beating the chain casters. Yeah, the casters are just nasty. Even, like, the Sarkaz are straight up a counter to them and they still lost. You just need a massive stat stick to beat them. Huh, this one's interesting. Junkman have no defense and attack kind of slow, but I don't know how much damage Mighties do. If they were wolves, they definitely win this easily. I don't know how this compares to dogs. The dogs are red, these are 1 tier lower. I think there's still enough of them though. Because the Junkman will kill them really slowly. So they'll just eat through the Junkman one by one. You see, once they group up, the Junkman health just melts. So their again is useless. Yeah, the regen doesn't matter here. The damage is coming too fast. Okay, so we have 5 AoE casters against 7 boats. Boats have 0 res, but they do have health. So, I think on the bottom you will see the sailors win. Shit, let me click something. And then on the top, the casters will win. Then the two groups will collide together, and I think the top caster group will have the advantage. So I think the casters will win here. Because look at the next hit at the top. Boom! And then at the bottom, the sailors clean up. Nope, they didn't even do that. These casters have double hit, so they do a lot more AoE than you think. I talked for so... I'm trying to describe the fight so I forget to actually bother to vote properly. I'm just gonna click something and focus on commentating, fuck it. So, Junkman destroy Pompeii. Never mind, the other one. Junkman destroy Pompeii. The casters will save the Junkman from the Bites. I'm not sure if two Pompeis can... Oh, the music stopped. Fuck you, YouTube. Give me my music back. And now, look at how much effort it takes for Pompeii to kill the Junkman. By effort, I mean they're not going to. And that's with double stacked AoE attacks. If they were far apart, they would be even worse. Yeah, the AoE casters bail out the Junkman. If it was just a lot of Junkmen, they would have lost. Okay, so Avenger gets absolutely demolished by Possessed. These guys keep spawning trash in the meantime. And then he wakes up to an endless pile of trash. So the question will be, will the endless pile of trash keep him in place long enough for the debuff to kill him? I think not. Avenger attacks fast. So this isn't a good style strategy. Oh, he couldn't kill the Possessed. That might flip it around. Now, they'll die during the phase transition, so it doesn't matter that much. They'll bleed out while he's getting up. I think he'll be fine. Because the Possessed bleeds out naturally, you know? And then he can chew faster than this thing spawn. So he's gonna make progress eventually. But he's barely making progress. Will he die before he reaches them? If there was no bullshit timeout mechanic, he would lose. But what about now? Okay, he made it. He's in melee. But now a whole army of them spawns. Will he kill them in time before the debuff catches up? He's bleeding to death, but now he has attack speed. Whoa, what a coach fight. You can see how if there were more speeders, Avenger would be completely fucked. But 2 speeders were just barely not enough for him to pull it out. Everything here sucks against defenders, so defenders win. Next fight. Oh yeah, I should click something. Don't even look at the casters. Just ask yourself, what the fuck will kill the defender? If the answer is fuck all, then you can see how the fight is going to go. Poorly for everyone who doesn't have a shield. Wolfie just considered the other spawns, because Possessed were good there, Collapsos were complete trash, and then you have 2 speeders. If you have the same setup but Collapsos are replaced with a less trashy unit, it will turn it around. Dogs against dogs. Too many dogs. The undead dogs don't have defense, so our dogs beat them. And then Jedis are alright against dogs, but they're all grouped together, so the snowballs will send them to the afterlife. Yeah, they have the dogs on the from chapter 11, I think. Yeah, chapter 11. Oh no, that might switch the fight. So the Avengers didn't eat the snowballs. The knives are doing good damage though. Will they be able to catch it out? Yeah, they should have enough to end this. Avengers can pull their weight, but the dogs take too long to die. Underestimated the chapter 11 doggos a bit, but they still lost horribly. Spitters and very tanky things against spiders. Spitters will have a good front line, they're unlikely to die. The Sarkas swordsmen are extremely good against the reflectors. And they're alright against the mice. I'm not sure on this. Spitters counter golems, but yeah, I don't know. I'll go on right, but this I don't have a good idea for this. It's weirder than it looks. Oh yeah, wait, there's nothing that does DPS. That was obviously left. I'm stupid. I forgot there's nothing to kill the slugs, so in that circumstance the slugs are basically dogs. Commentating and playing is too hard. No, I lost it to cannot. I'm betting with the bookie, not with you. Caster, Ship, Shield, and Junkman. So, Junkman regenerate. The Caster Ship do crazy damage, but they are only single target. The AoE here will destroy almost everything on the right, I think. And then the ship won't be able to clutch it out, because there will be too much trash. I'd go left here. Because the explosion from the AoE casters will be kind of clutch. That wasn't clutch enough, never mind. Jerkmen are crazy, holy shit. They just do not give a shit about that damage. Yeah, that's what I get for playing CC8. I fear the candle casters and then kinda forget their damage is a bit ass. Even on challenge mode on NOS 3, took like 5 of them to kill Durner. So I should remember their damage is pretty ass. Alright, we have snowballs that will do alright against the shields. Bites then suck against everything else. I kind of like the right more simply because it has a backline, but the reflectors are going to be decent here. No, the snowballs are way too good. Zero chance for this to flip. Sure, the reflectors are decent against the bites, but there's nothing else left to fight. So exploding slugs, shit boxers, a lot of exploding slugs. The boxers might unironically be good here, because there's pretty much zero DPS on the left, so they will be able to activate, and then they do good damage. The slugs will shit on the defenders, and there should be enough left for them. Yeah, I think the right wins this. They have good counters to the Kodus, and their other units are kind of ass. I think they'll have too much trash left, so they'll chew through the Kodus easily. Junkmans are insanely hard to kill for the Kodus. Like, look at this. Because they attack so slowly and they don't have quite the golem damage, they take way more hits than they should to kill them. Okay, so Spitters and a bunch of casters against AoE. Huh, that sounds interesting. The Spitters are not going to lose to the AoE on its own, but the front line is kind of shit on the left still. They're going to waste the attack from the candle casters, I think. And then the casters on the left will do enough damage to end the fight. I think left, yeah. Oh no! Everything walks into their range because they're stupid. I think the AoE casters will quench it out anyway though. Because once they have multiple targets in the front line, they do really well. Yeah. The AoE casters are too good for this kind of shit. Since they double hit on top of everything else, it's like you have twice the number of casters as long as they're safe. Got a bit scary when everything walked into the candle caster range, but we gotta remember, candle casters do shit damage. GG, vote left. Like, do you think that 4 chain casters can win this fight on their own? Because I'm pretty sure they can. Don't they two-shot spiders? So most of the spiders die and then you just have Jesselton and the mice. The mice die to the necrosis and then it's just Jesselton. Okay, they 3-shot spiders. Maybe they wouldn't have been able to push it out on their own. You know, maybe. Oh, don't get excited by Jesselton 3. His second phase loses the rest, so the casters now destroy him. Also, Jesselton has a range attack in this mode because he's an asshole, which unironically just made the fight worse for him. Never bet on the jobber. Okay, defense reduction slugs against exploding slugs, snowballs to kill the slugs, and then we have a Junkman with 1 golem. Okay, so if the slug survives, if there's a meaningful amount of slugs left, the right side wins. If the exploding slugs kill them, the left side wins. That's what this fight comes down to. I will bet on the right. Because I think a few of them will survive and that's really all you need. Never mind, all of them survive. Easy win for the right from here. That was so unfortunate. The exploding slugs blew up exactly outside of the defense slugs range. Complete tragedy. That was so close to being a close fight. Dogs! Possessed! Reflectors! A lot of shit. But we have chain casters. I think the dogs will body everything other than the chain casters, and then you have the possessed running in who will body these guys. Possessed actually struggle a bit against the casters because the necrosis insta-kills them, but the possessed are now protected, so they can preserve their health while making it in, which means they can body the chain casters. Yeah, the reflectors didn't even do anything. Oh my god, they would have actually lost without the reflectors, because the Avengers would have died. Bunch of Bites against Chaincasters. Chaincasters will have a super solid frontline, but holy shit, that's so many enemies on the left. Yeah, I'm not sure. That's so many things to chew through. Chaincasters are not AoE casters. And the front line will only last so long. The Reflect will do good damage, but I think the left wins. Yeah, I think the left. There's just too many things. And they don't have true defender that can hold down the Bites forever. And Golems will be good against everything that's left. There's no something that completely stops the Golem, I think. So once the front line is done melting, the casters will finish off that quickly. The Necrosis does a lot of damage to the Golem, yeah. But still, he kills the casters fairly quickly. I don't think they can recover from it. Oh, will the final caster clutch it out with Necrosis? If he Necrosises both golems, it might drop them. No, no Necrosis. Necrosis wouldn't have finished it anyway, I guess. Not enough damage. Golems are too tanky. Yeah, the golems are just too clutch here. They countered everything on the right, more or less. Amiya versus Shu. Trash crabs, trash archers. The problem here is that nothing is protecting the possessed. So the possessed will rush in and kill almost everything and then die. Will the leftovers be able to clean up what's on the right? I think if there's 2 shields left alive, they will clean up everything on the left on their own. So for that reason, I'd bet against the possessed. Because nothing left there does any amount of damage that can kill the shields. Yeah, exactly what happened. Okay, snowballs, bites, and possessed once again. Against 3 Kodus, nope, they're fucked, they're fucked, they're fucked. The possessed will eat everything, I think. 3 possessed is a lot. Only the Kodus kind of resist them. Wait, is that gonna be it? Maybe the Candlecasters kill all the bites and then the rest get bodied by the Kodus. So I'm pretty sure possessed will beat Kodu one-on-one. Yeah, that's exactly what's gonna happen. The Candlecasters kill the bites, I think. And then the Kodus bully everything else. No winner! So, the winner will be decided by RNG. The highest slot being... The Amiya and Doctor icon. So this is Amiya, I guess, because this looks more doctory. Now, out of my lobby. Feel the loss of RNG. Now, if you wanna join, there's a code here. Enter it fast. Go, 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 go. I do like this. Gonna save it for later. Okay, we have a bunch of veterans now who have lost many times before, and some new players mixed in. Let's go. I'm so glad they added lobbies to this mode. It makes it so much better. Yeah, unfortunately my selection system is extremely biased towards people who click fast. So I guess it's biased to people who have computers. Can you suggest a better system so we can get people who have phones in? I guess I can hide the code and type it in the chat so you just have to copy it. But I don't see how that helps because Jesselton wins. You copy it faster on a computer anyway. Yeah, when I copy paste I also get the code in lowercase. It's super annoying. I respect Nymph for voting against Jesselton. You're going to lose, but you made the right choice. I just want you to know that. Well, Snorp, some insult about people who are on their phones too much. Not everyone writes as fast as you. I'd say something witty, but I don't know what you call kids with phones these days, so you just insult yourself for me. I don't have the skill set in that category of insults, so I need your help here. Hodus benefit from the outers more. Defend. These guys are pretty strong, but I think the Kodus will be able to push it out. The outers benefit them. And they should kill a few of them fairly quickly, which should lower their DPS. HD kids. That's lame. Give me a better insult. The fuck is this pathing? Hello? Fighting right outside of the outers. So they're gonna might win just because of that, I think. Excellent positioning on the Sailorman's part. They're completely avoiding the outer damage. Even so, I think it's just not enough to counter the Colossus. Now they're in the outer range, so the outer finishes stuff. Well fought from the Sailors, they did their best. But the Yamiya Beasts were just too fierce. Dogs against sheep. What do you think? I think dogs move really fast. I'm also pretty sure the dogs have res. Opening a wiki is cheating because I'm lazy, but I think the dogs should win this pretty easily. Because the sheep will not kill them nearly fast enough to match the pace at which new dogs are coming in. This is true tower defense shit. Do you kill things as quickly as they come in? $30 res is a lot, dude. The difference between 70 and 100 is almost 50% of extra health. Like, reducing the damage by 30% makes a lot of functional difference. 20 is a lot less. Oh shit, a fight. Golem. Go Golem. These boxers absolutely shit on golems, by the way. But there's other enemies and there's just not enough of them to turn the fight around. But just so you know, these boxers are, in principle, really good against golems. Because they remove their defense and then they have really high DPS. While the golem makes their way through them very slowly. But in this case, obviously no chance. Cute rats. Yay, the rats survived. Good job, Golem. Okay, round 4 done. Now round 5 is the last round you have a shield in. So you can vote on something stupid if you want, it doesn't matter. You can vote against free in this fight, for example, because you have a shield and you lose it next round anyway. Now make sure you check that you actually have a shield before you vote on the left. Yeah, the shield goes away at round 5, so you can vote for whatever if you still have it in round 5. Oh look, the dogs are doing damage and they're not dead. Surely they will have a chance when he goes into phase 2 and one-shots them all. Never mind. If the boxers had a physical ranged backline, it's the rats that screwed them. Because they had to fight the rats, they couldn't focus on the golem. Dogs against slugs. 46 is so many dogs, dude. So many dogs. I think the dogs will kill almost everything. And because the rats have shit defense too. And then the golem will just have to play cleanup for a few rats. But yeah, 46 is an insane amount. Also, the dogs are not demolished by the outers because they run by so fast. Oh, the rats tanked well. Do they have a chance? This is gonna come down to outers a lot, I think. No, they're just gonna eat it. They're gonna eat it quickly. No, the dogs lost. The sole winner. Why is it always a circus? Yeah, rats were good meat shields there. Good job, Shino. And good job, rats. They carried that fight despite their low defense. Now, get the fuck out of my lobby. Okay, so here's the join button. And the code will spawn on the top right. Ready, go! See ya, Nyaik. Oh, is this the Emperor Penguin guy? Haven't seen that skin before. Or profile picture, I guess. Yep, you need to capitalize, but you only have uppercase letters. I think you don't need to capitalize. When I tried to copy it on another streamers yesterday, and it wasn't capitalized from the copying, it didn't let me go in. Ah, so these things have no defense. These guys gain defense. Do you think that will make a difference? Because they gain a pretty big defense buff when they stay still. But the dogs have the arts damage, but the arts damage is shit. I would be surprised if you see something unexpected. Well, even if the arts damage is shit, the dogs have high enough attack to not give a shit about the defense. So they can just chew through. First time I saw the dog win as well. It sucks complete ass. Jedi against Junkman. So, arts damage, a relatively okay defense and a lot of health. Against 50 rest and health regeneration. No AoE, so damage gets spread out. I believe in the Junk. If the Jedi all focus on one of them, they beat them. If the damage gets spread out, they lose. That's basically how this matchup works. Because you can basically see what's happening at the top. One Jedi cannot kill a Junkman. At all. But if they all focus, then they can get the regeneration really fast. Because their individual hit is strong. Generally what happens is that the Junkman will win though. Because once they're left to a few numbers, there's just no killing the Junkman anymore. Oh, there's two Jedis there. They're gonna focus them down. Just barely. Good job, Jedi. They beat their own counter pick. This one's super RNG though. It entirely depends on what they target. Okay, apparently the snowballs would do arts damage, so they suck against casters. We learn new things every day, chat. And then these guys charge up while these guys walk, and then all of these guys die. Bet and caster. Also, all of the snowballs will hit the closest target, and it will probably be this guy here. Or this. So not every caster will even get hit. Yeah, the magical Harrowed snowballs could not kill a caster. Yeah, they don't have this, because they have to walk. A range advantage ends it. Okay, 16 casters that will die in an explosion against enemies they can't damage. What the fuck? This truck needs to be a bit louder. Appropriate for this very tight fight. because we definitely can't predict how it will go. Oh! All of the casters seem to be dying while not killing anything. How could that be? Zaro! He has no AoE, he's fucked. Wait, these aren't that many things. He has Colus, never mind, he's fucked. Yeah, the Colus are gonna attack super slow. They're still Colus. Yeah, we've been listening to Monster Hunter music this entire time. Are you only realizing it now? God damn, this dog has a lot of health. But his phase 1 has insanely shit DPS. So it kind of screws him here. He's now immortal for a bit and then slows the attack speed of everything and has much higher damage of his own. But I don't think it will help, because there's just too many enemies there. If his phase 1 wasn't such a wimp, he'd have a much better chance here. Jedi, Baitis, Junkman. Junkman's beat this Jedi at this number, and Junkman will have a backline. Nope, no fucking way. It's ranged slugs with a front line. Zero fucking chance they lose. Mind you, the Baities are actually pretty good against Junkmen on their own. But I think the slugs staying alive will be able to coach it out. Yeah, most of the slugs are alive. That should be fine then. If the slugs stop being stupid and kill the Baities, that would also be great. There we go. And the fight's over. I gotta trust infantry tactics. Front line plus archers in the back. The barbarian Jedi charge could not overcome it. Baities against dogs. I'm fairly sure dogs are better than Baities, but I'm also fairly sure possessed are better than Jesusan. Do I lose because somebody in chat asked me to bet on Jesutan? No, it's Jesutan. So the dogs are a bit better, but the only thing they need to do is help the possessed a little bit. So the dogs don't do critical damage to them, and then Jesutan is fucked. I feel like this might be a bit closer than you think, even with just the possessed. Because I think 4 possessed can beat 40 dogs. They'd have no health for Jesutan, but they can probably kill the dogs. Because they actually can kill them at the pace the dogs are coming, so the DPS never starts stacking up. Collapsos suck. What? What the fuck? What? Okay, somebody wanted me to bet on Jesutan. Yeah, I guess you got your wish. Why is Jesutan here? Okay, Rio betting. Will Jesutan be able to attack something? He's getting closer, he's closer, moving into the crap, and he attacked something! Jesutan did 2 attacks, amazing! Okay, no Jesutan please, no Jesutan, no Jesutan. Snowballs, 9 shit dogs. So these fights are rigged, right? Cause, like, what the fuck do you think will happen here? This isn't even a comp of squishy units where you can think, oh, maybe the snowballs will kill everything. No, these fuckers are tanky anyway. Crazy pants fights. I feel like there's enough casters that they would have won without the reflectors. Okay, less rigged fight please. Less rigged, less rigged. So, 43 dogs. Dogs are awful against both boxers and shields. What kills the boxers and shields? I think left has good chances, no? Because the boxer shield combo is pretty good. And I think they will demolish the dogs. Because the dogs will rush forward and then they will have a good combined force for everything else. But there's so much shit on the right. Maybe I'm wrong, there's just so much shit on the right. The crocodiles, they're killing everything. Yeah, go crocodiles. With a bit of frontline, they can quench it out. The biggest problem on the right side is they had the dogs rush forward and it separates from the rest of their forces. Which lets everything on the left cluster together, which is very relevant because enemies in Arknights can stack on top of each other, right? So they get to hit the first thing that reaches them multiple times. Okay, caster ship with 2 golems and tanky rats against Sarkas. 13 Sarkas can beat a golem. They can beat 2 golems. Casters and these assholes who don't do anything. Yeah, no way, no way. The sheep are safe, I think. Maybe they'll eat an explosion at the start. Oh shit, there's no golem at the bottom. But there are rats. Go rats! The rats beat the Sarkas. And then there's nothing left. Oh goddamn, my throat is starting to hurt. I'm shouting so much. I'm going to be making so much tea after I'm done with this stream. Exploders, boxers, 24 exploders, and boxers. The shields are what concerns me. If the damage is spread out, it will left the golems and the kodus unaffected, which should give them a win condition. Yeah, I like this side because of the shields. I think the shields will disarm the exploding spiders and thus protect the golem. No! The shields did not do enough. The spiders do way too much damage. You can notice how many enemies have a bit of health left. The shield just melted to just a few spiders. Okay, so note to self. The defenders are really bad against exploding spiders. Yeah, the defenders didn't quench it out hard enough. Dogs suck here. Everything else also sucks. Everyone go right. Yeah, there's zero chance for the left here. The right side has everything other than range. They have good physical, arts, and tanky operators. It will take a moment until all the dogs melt because there's a lot of them, but I think there's... Okay, there's 0 dead units on the right, I think. You can see that crocodile on 1 health, right? He died! The left killed something. That was such a one-sided stomp. I'm barely looking at what people are voting. Just trying to describe what the stuff do and then clicking on something is all the time I have. It's too fast for me. Need a faster talker for this. Speeders, boxers. I think the shit boxers lost to the good boxers. I think. Junkman don't do anything in particular here. Co-opsos suck. I think the right wins. Because the boxers are fairly even. And as long as they manage to survive for a bit, they'll do a lot more damage. Then again, the shit boxers are really shit. I should have remembered that. My bad, my bad. The shit boxers are shit. That's why I call them the shit boxers, and the crocodiles are the good boxers. Gotta keep up with the terminology. Yeah, also I should remember that rats only really work with other really slow units, else they get isolated. Shit boxers once again against co-opsos, free spam and defenders. We have rats who will fall behind again and Kodus. Kodus get kind of destroyed by the speeders though. It's about whether the boxers will do something. I think the defenders will do alright against the boxers unless the boxers activate and trash. And then shit on the defenders. Is the upset coming? Are the shit boxers good? This might actually turn around when the rats get in melee. No, there's too many slugs left. And there's still a front line on the bottom to protect the speeders. The shit boxers are too shit, guys. L for the shit boxers. It's holding out pretty well on my end. Bless Google Play. By the way, if you haven't tried it yet, Google Play gets 0 whack on this end. Just try it out if you can get it on for an emulator. Like you get 100 dogs rushing and you get 0 whack. It's awesome. Congrats on Char, the only one who bet on the speeders. Everyone learned from Char and the last fight. And remember that shit boxers are called shit boxers because they're shit. This is what happens when you remember that shit boxers are shit. Okay, my throat is not dead yet. I can probably do one more. Code is here. Go, 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 go. I'm just going to call you Charsnorp from now on. That sounds like a method of imbibing a drug. Four more jump. Pinecone! Okay, let's fucking go. No. Jesselton is the worst combo for shit boxers. Shit boxers need trash to let them actually activate. If they remain untouched for like 5 seconds in melee, they go crazy, but they're really shit before that. And their own health is low, so despite being a fast melee unit, what shit boxers need is a front line. Yeah, cause the golem can't kill them quickly. He overkills them massively. Oh, box in the center. Small number, so single target's better than AoE. Pretty obvious. Michael, that cannot happen. Because the boxers will always reach the fight before Jesselton. Because they walk faster than Jesselton. So there's no way for there to be living boxers in Jesselton to activate them. And because the boxers always have to die first. The candle casters are so funny. Oh, look, we did half their health for winning. Wait. Yeah, the roadblocks always make some funny stuff happen. Did you see the one on CN where 2 stun golems beat 3 cannibal flowers? These guys have so-and-so defense and attack pretty slowly. Do you think 3 collapsos can beat one of these guys? We will find out on the bottom. My guess would be no, though. Because these guys are really shit. And this attack will remove even more numbers from them. Yep, no chance. So, the left side suffered minor dirt on their coats. Yeah, the stun golems from IS2. Two of them beat 3 flowers because of roadblocks. You can probably find the gif if you look it up. It was awesome. Once again, I must inform you, it's time to vote for Jesselton. I'm sorry, but it has to be done. Oh, the nymph guy on the right. Did you pick Strangelove because it sounds cool, or is that your favorite Kubrick movie? Because I really like it. It's really, really funny. I think the casters don't have the DPS to deal with his melee form. So even though on paper they should be okay against him, they're gonna fumble it. He's gonna start taking massive damage, but the biggest advantage these AoE casters have is that they have multi-hit. But when there's only one target, they don't get to hit twice. For the record, there are enemies who get to hit twice in that situation, and Free is one of them. So like if there's 2 enemies, Free is actually going to get to hit twice. Sorry, if there's only 1 enemy against phase 2 Free, he still hits twice because he's an asshole. I respect the Nymph and Crown Slayer who did not vote for Jesselton. And Franca, apparently. Okay, so Collapsos die. And that's it. What the fuck? I think like 4 spiders will die before the Collapsers are all dead. Okay, that's 2 spiders. Did 4 spiders even die? I think not. Look at that pile of spiders. That was so one-sided. Holy shit. Like, I knew it's gonna be a storm, but I wasn't expecting half the spiders to live. Okay, so Zaro. Huh. Actually, I'm not sure. Might have a better chance here. So, it's gonna take forever to actually kill Zaru, so he might go into phase 2 already debuffed by the red buff and then eat everything. Oh, I forgot to vote again. Oops. Yeah, I think Zaru might have a shot, but the Colossus go pretty hard against him. Nah, the rats have too much HP. The guys on the left will win, I think. The only chance is if the red buff completely fucks everyone while he's still in phase 1. Because then he won't be losing health while he's dead. Yeah, kind of like that. But they're outside of the red buff, so they're fine. It just won't do enough. No, maybe. But now Zaru's gonna die instantly, I think. Yeah. Because the damage from the red buff stacks up and then gets applied. Well, good thing it was round 5, because I forgot to vote. It wasn't the... Sorry, I need to cough. It wasn't those things that destroyed them. It was the debuff. When you're invincible in the debuff, the damage stacks up. And then you take a bunch of damage when you get out of it. Yeah, I voted while I was coughing, no worries. Okay, the archer shield held for quite a while. Now it's starting to drop though. Will the caster ship fumble this? It's looking really bad on the bottom, but no. No, they're done on the top. They're hitting the backline on the bottom as well. It's over, it's over. They had a good pile going, but the way enemies walk into the speeders over everything else, kind of guaranteed an easy win here. Because I got tired of the keynote music and I wanted something else. What, you have a problem with Monster Hunter music? Season 7, episode 195? You watch soap operas, I guess. Okay, Coapsos suck ass. They die to Sarkas. Snowballs do arts damage, apparently. That's what chat said. Sarkas have res. There's a backline. This is not a fair fight. So, yeah, that does not look like arts damage. I'm not trusting you, chat. I'm googling this shit. Okay, what stage has those assholes? Because I don't remember their name. RS10, I think. Oops, that doesn't work like this. RS10 Arc Knights. Come on, vote game. Don't need to vote yet. Looking up the enemy, because chat said they do arts damage and I just don't fucking trust chat. Okay, I found it. Snowball, snowball, snowball. Okay, it does arts damage. Chat is correct, it does arts damage. I'm surprised it does arts damage, but apparently it does. Yeah, and their attack is buffed. Oh shit, I need to look at this. The casters are really good here, I think. Oh yeah, wait, the speeders suck. I should have looked at the fight. I was too busy googling stuff, leave me alone. Then again, yeah, I just clicked something at random. The tragedy of Google. Chat did nothing, that wasn't me. I just went AFK for a bit to look something up and click something at random. Okay, so dogs rush in and there's pretty much nothing that kills dogs there, so they stay there. Speeders spawn trash, and then casters. Yeah, easy win for right. Will the dog survive? We're down to only one dog here. You can see its tail wagging there. No, doggy. There's a massive pile of these guys in the golem. So I think these guys don't have a chance, even if they could kill the casters. Oh, they got a perma freeze down. Doesn't matter anymore. Zero hope for anything to happen. Gotta praise Google Play though. It's really awesome when you see that shit and it isn't wagging the fuck out. Yeah, let's give you less chew music for the serious Jesuit fight. This one's weird, but I think chat's right. Yeah, the possessed will do a fair bit of damage, and then the crocodiles are alright against everything there. The two possessed stuck on the back won't take damage immediately, which will help them do way more damage than they normally do. Watch the rats get destroyed on the bottom. Even though that was even without the possessed hitting. I think the fight might end before the possessed even die. It's close, it's close. Get up, Jesselton, get up. No, we're possessed. Sure, I can play something from Nimbus next, I guess. After this song finishes, I'll do it. Bunch of Pompeii, dogs. That's too many dogs. And nothing on the left kills the dogs fast, so they'll get to do a ton of DPS. I don't see it. Jesselton is insanely good against Pompeii though. But he's good because of his second phase, and because he does a lot of damage. The crabs will help with that too. Yep, we're down to 2 people now. They may kill the dog, but they had a tanker. Remember, Jesselton always wins when he doesn't go phase 2. Yeah, if they had a Rio unit instead of the crab, they could have had a good chance. Ah, my throat is feeling better now. I guess I'll do a few more after this. Okay, so what music did you want? Since this track is about to end. There we go. Listen to your train music. The Junkman versus casters. The ultimate, bro. Nah, I think there's too many casters. They'll be able to focus them down because there's just so many casters. No chance. Congratulations to Cat, I think. Ooh, perfectly timed drop. Oh no, that's the Kodu. Good job, Kodu. Okay, this song is... actually, get out of my way. This song is short. What do you want for the next song? You get... you have to pick quick before I start playing music from BlazBlue. Because I haven't used it in forever in videos and I kind of want to. League of Legends music, Band, Circus, okay. Ushering, CC10. Let's fucking go. Pinecone. Gale team. Chapter 16 Battle Team 1. The one where you fight the bear. Okay, we'll try a few. Cocaine bear music. Well, I see multiple... Wait, what do I get if I just look up cocaine bear music? Let's try that and see. After this team ends, of course. Ah. So these guys have 3000 defense, these guys have 1700 attack, multiplied by 1.5, which is less than 3000. Oh, we know they're not gonna kill them immediately, but I also don't think they'll die fast enough. Wait, these guys have 2000 defense, what am I talking about? The other ones have 3000 defense. No, or did these guys have 3000 defense as well, and it's just that the... Oh, they beat Possessed. Neat. I keep forgetting about that. Three Pompeii against Reflectors. Pompeii has the higher res here. The dot should not reflect onto Pompeii as far as I know. But there are 6 of them. I have forgotten this fight, so I'm not sure who wins. might be Pompeii's. It's 80 res after all. Yeah, it's definitely Pompei. Okay, well, this fight is ending. Yes, there is a playlist for Cocaine Bear. Not so copyrighted though, and I like money, so we're going to the Arknights team. Arknights. Anyone know how to look up the Bear team? We'll play this in the meantime. Until somebody tells me what the Bear team is. Because I have to look at fights. They'll go through way too quickly. Chapter 16. Let's see if we find it. There you go. That's the boss team though. YouTube, why can't you read? The scam! This side just wins. Pompei shits on these guys, and the crocodiles will hold their own enough to buy a bit of time for him. As long as their health gets lowered enough so the explosion can make its way through, they're fine. Yeah, I think this is fine. You just need most of the shields to die so they can't spam stuns. There we go. Quick, spam emotes while there's whack. Gotta cover the screen so the game can remember we're still here. Okay, down to Chris, the caster guy, and Vigna. Doc! Against a bunch of boxers. Boxers will do good here. Because the first phase has extremely shit DPS and then everything is stacked together. The possessed will die in the second phase, so he needs living boxers to quench the second phase. I think the possessed won't die fast enough, so yeah, I think the left side wins. Because the boxers start sucking and then once they stop sucking, they turn him into a chew toy. And then all of the defenders are mixed in and they're gonna tank a bunch of hits. So he'll take a while to actually get through everything. Well, all of the boxers hit together. GG Chris. Right, is this what we're looking for now? Nope. Something else. There we go. Took a while to find. Oh yeah, we can do it like this too. Go away. Go away. Same call as last time, I guess. Because I forgot to remake the lobby. Cocaine Bear. That guy from Warhammer that everyone loves. Brett. A Canadian. Is that the same Quebec we had earlier and they just changed their icon? I call like the last 3 videos I uploaded had this theme, and then now you get to listen to this theme again. I truly am the bear clickbaiter. You can bear with the cocaine all you want, I'm gonna cocaine with the bear. I think it's immune to sleep and fear because it's enraged. It's more of a story immunity than for any actual gameplay purpose. Huh. Do Junkmans win this? Have really shit defense. And rats have a fair bit of health. Not sure. One rat. Okay, we can tell from how this rat does it. I'm gonna go with no. No, they do not. Yep, now we have ballistas every time to stab casters in the back. Though fights usually end up around the corner, so it's not a big deal. "42 dogs against the casters. They legit should have a shot. The casters don't have defense and there's so many of them that they can chew through them fairly quick. They take several hits to kill and the necrosis doesn't transfer over. I bet on dogs. This is the Animal Rage music, so bet on dogs. So now they're all stacked up. And we have 2 casters down. Almost 3 casters, yep. Dogs crushed it out. Best possible unit against the casters, I think. That seems kind of scammy. Do you think the casters have a shot? Because if all of the Avengers group up here and they all get nuked together, like that will do enough damage to kill the Avengers. You don't have a bunch of res. I think they're gonna be spread out enough that the Avengers will leave with half of health and then close out the fight. That'd be my guess. Also, how much damage does Ballista do? Look at that. They're scratching the casters. These ballistas suck ass. The only thing they're killing is slugs. Okay, so this is round 4. If you still have a shield the next round, vote doesn't matter. Okay, so let's look at here. This guy got hit, so that's the amount of damage he does. Yeah, so these ballistas are just a complete scam. Just ignore them and never think about them. Crabs have defense, so they shit on Coapsos. Junkmen are kind of bad against Coapsos, but eh. There's only 20 Coapsos. And the rush makes the thing with defense actually tank. Amazing. The Coapsos' own movement speed working against it. This unit is such a scam here. Okay. Now this vote doesn't matter for people with shields. Dog against holy fucking shit. 28. So AoE casters kind of suck ass here. Here's what will happen. First phase will go kind of slow. Notice the arrow damage, by the way. And then he will enter second phase with 0 defense, having killed a few slugs. And then he will get deleted instantly. So you know, he has defense, so now it's kind of slow. Defense starts going lower, so the health bar starts speeding up until the defense runs out. And now he's phase 2 with 0 defense. Good counter. They're both trash for something with no AoE and do damage to him. Jedi and Coapsos. So Coapsos are irrelevant because of the spiders, and yeah, never mind. Let's go next. Scam fight. How are you even supposed to make money if nobody bets on the other side? You know, it being called a spectator shield implies that it's like a shield around the arena, and you sit behind the side that you think is going to win, and if you lose, the other side comes over and eats you. Can I pin the room code? I change it every match, so it would be a bit pointless. Oh, though, maybe it would be an idea to just pin it, yeah. So everyone can copy paste it beforehand. Yeah, I guess we can do that. I can keep one room and then just throw everyone out. And then whoever spams in faster can come in. Yeah, we'll see. Massive fire in line against something with no defense and Coapsos. Not a surprise. It's a pity we don't get the Coapso casters. They would actually have a function here. They can rush in with other fast units like wolves, because they have the same movement speed. So they would go together with the dogs very well. Okay, so 6 nobles will wreak havoc on the slugs. Then the caster ship will kill everything. And then Jesuton will die. This is a fight. Like, how highly must Jesuton be valued in the game's logic for this to be a fight? Jesso go home. Holy shit, 2 volleys. Okay, so this side has the Jesuton. Whoa, the Coapsos? No, Coapsos are dogs basically with less health. So Coapsos suck. So then you have Jesuton against 3 Kodus, yeah. I was trying to cope and give the Coapsos a chance, because the right side is really weak to something like a bunch of dogs, but no chance. The Coapsos suck too much ass. If they had a better unit instead of the Coapsos, I think left would have won this. Like if they had dogs in the front line. But the Coapsos were a completely wasted spot. And the candlesticks were pretty bad, but if they got the second AoE explosions because they had a Rio front line, they would have had a shot. Crocodiles, massive numbers here, but AoE casters. Oh, my throat is dying. Okay, so 3. They'll kill this. I'm not sure actually. This one's weird. I'm gonna go left. The AoE explosion won't wipe out everything, then the AoE casters will do a bunch of damage. And then by the time these guys are charged, I think the AoE casters will clutch it out. This was an interesting fight. You'd expect the AoE casters to wipe out everything, but the fight got kind of staggered. But the crabs are better than the slugs. Yeah, the crabs beat the slugs 1v1, so they might win anyway. Yeah. Crabs have defense, so they can tank the slugs effectively. So they quit out because of that. GG crabs. Okay, a bunch of exploders and dogs against trash, so left wins. Left wins, left wins. Don't doubt yourselves. Okay, sorry, I agree it's a banger, but enough bear music. You know how long I fought this bear? I need something new. Or at least something I haven't listened to in like a few years. That works too. Expedition 33 is a bit too bombastic for this. I don't think I can talk over it. I can do EX33 after this if you want, I guess. Golem AoE casters, not really any. Golems kind of suck against these casters. These things get countered by the trash spam. These guys are a good front line. I think Right has a decent chance, because Golem is very slow to the fight. So a lot of this will die before the Golem does anything. And then you'll probably get some pattern where the Golem gets frozen constantly. Yeah, I definitely go with Right here. Though these two casters here might do work. The Golem made it in time to cover them, and they might cheat on the casters and turn the fight around. Then again, Jesselton might end up being an endgame clutch. Yeah, you can see how much work these assholes do. The Golem clutched that by making it in the last possible moment. Without that, the fight would have gone the other way around. These two guys and the Golem carried everything. I've definitely seen 16 beats with 4 stars. Maybe not level 2 though. I'll go take a look. Soon enough. We're gonna spam a lot of cannot gambling streams though. I love this event. Okay, so the boxers rush in, get melted by the possessed, and then you have Colus and these guys against guys with defense. This is weird. The Jedi are really good against the shields. I think the possessed will do critical damage to the Jedi, so it bet on Right. Because I think the possessed are too good. But if the possessed don't deal with the Jedi, then the left definitely wins. Nope, the possessed is the Jedi. And now the stun party wrecks the Colus. Because Codus attacks super slow, stun costs them so many attacks. It's a massive loss in DPS. GG. Is it Heinz Ketchup or a different Tamiya? It's Sewon. We have a new champion. Okay, let's try a slightly different format. How long are we gonna be stuck on this screen? Hello game? That's fine. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do for a bit. I'm gonna turn off the screen and I'm going to pin the new room number I made, and then you can just copy it from there. Because it's invisible for a moment. Hold on, we're having technical difficulties with figuring out how to make a system for people to enter the room. Good thing I'm not one of those people that say codes. And then I'll just keep the same room. And everyone else can just leave. That way, people don't have to type, they can just copy it. That's the idea anyway. Checking I actually wrote it right. Yeah, unless I'm blind, which... though actually I am blind, so I don't know why I'm not saying unless. Here you go. Try to enter with this code and see if I know how to type. Okay, there we go. Why the fuck would I want to schedule a member-only stream YouTube? That's like marked, you know, as an important notification on the stream options. I mean, I get it for OnlyFans, but what's the benefit to a streamer? Is it just for whale baiting? Ah, so you can show your OnlyFans, got it. Oh, yeah. You know, you should be shouting at me for stuff like this, chat. I need to remember to turn on the screen. Yeah, let's go with this. It's fine. I'll think of what to play afterwards. You can copy paste in mobile. That's why the code is there. I won't change the room code, so you can just copy it earlier. And then you just need to enter it the moment it asks you. Wait, I'm not sure. The crabs can kind of kill the small pest really quickly. Can they then shoot these things, or do these things have too much health? This will delete every wave of trash, but there won't be any trash. So the central thing mostly... Oh, the old place! Yeah, we bet on the wrong side though, guys. They just don't have the damage to watch it out. Tragic. They had all the tools, but the damage just isn't there. Nah, go with 8 minutes, I don't care. The wax! Quick, pick your nose. Depends on the gacha game music, generally not. I get like $10 out of the stream anyway, so I don't really care that much. And if somebody like donates something, I still get that, so it doesn't really affect my income much. So if you wanna play some copyrighted music, I don't mind. Like, I won't if there's no incentive for it, but if you want it, I don't really care. Not sure. 6 Crocs would definitely beat 1 Pompey, but I think not sure if this screws them over. Yeah, the generators might screw them over. Organically, they will 100% stomp Pompey though. But they got scammed by the generators. Tragic. Yeah, I haven't listened to Boss Blue in a while, because I played it years ago. Left side wins, of course. Though that's a lot of shields. The generator fights are always the hardest to predict, because you have to tell exactly how they will affect the fight. And it has to do with pathing and shit. The next version of this event in CN actually added more relevant towers, so they can actually kill tankier units now. Hodus and Crocodiles against Jedis and Reflectors. Reflectors suck ass against Hodus. How will Jedis do against Crocodiles? Nah, they'll kill them really quickly, so Jedi do okay. Kodus might coach it out, that's my guess. The Crocodiles will kind of fumble here and then Kodus coach it out. Because units with really high health pool do pretty well against darts damage. Good job, Amia. I'm kind of tempted to play a Woodkid song because it has a bear on the thumbnail. My brain has been thoroughly rotted by chapter 16. And this fight is just a joke. I think this is one of the most unfair fights we've ever had. You know, there's actually a chance that they're not gonna be able to face to Zaru. Fucking Zaru. Oh my god, Zaru will win a fight in phase 1. Worst matchup ever. Yeah, we're on Devil May Cry 3. I might play the final Virgil team afterwards, because I really like it. So it's thrust spam against casters. I think there's so many casters though. And the slugs will come in very slowly and die later to casters. Closer than it looks. I'd go with the casters. I think they can kill dogs as they come in. Okay, the dogs are starting to overwhelm. Will they get through? Very few sheep left. Yep, the dogs chew through. Dogs are scary, man. Yeah, you think the outer will help, but the dog will run by too fast. Junkmen. Junkmen aren't ideal here because the left has really high arts DPS. So it comes down to whether the possessed can crack the front line. If they murder a bunch of Jedi and win the charge, Junkmen coach out the fight. If the possessed fumble, they will lose. Jedi rely on their defensive stats and have relatively low health, so most of them get bodied. Yep, it's over, it's over. Possessed coached out easily. Do you wanna do a stream where we try to go to the highest round possible and see how far we can get? That'd be pretty interesting. Okay, so now we have Pompeis and reflectors against a bunch of casters. Pompeii shits on casters, but that's so many casters. So, will the outer squitch it out here? Probably, yeah. The reflectors will do a lot of damage though. So there's very little work left for Pompeii. Yeah, left has all the advantages. The high HP units, which are favored by the outers, and Pompeii that have res. Okay, boxers, die to spiders. Then you have golem against spiders. This is not a fight. This is just testing out how many spiders will live. I would bet on at least 12 spiders living. What do you think? Oh no, we have otters. So many of the spiders will die unnecessarily. What a tragedy. Quick, casters, necrosis down the golem to save the spiders. No! Spooders! Didn't we see the Hammer Sarkaz lose literally 10 minutes ago? Collapsos. There's always few of them and they always suck. Slugs die to otters, so not ideal here. Though, as long as they're alive, they will obliterate Collapsos and Kodus. They will eventually die to these guys. But that's a lot of shields in Jedi. I'd go with left, yeah. I think they can clean up. Although the caster explosion will hurt a lot, I don't think it will be enough. And the few slugs that survive will do good DPS in the Kodus. Way too many things for the Kodus, no chance. Oops, we ran out of music. Might go Expedition 33 after this. Okay, pick the song. So we're just waiting for this one to end. Too many chain casters. Really unfair fight. You want the mime team? Sure. Dogs against possessed. 53 dogs. Once the possessed are down, you'd have slow. I think the Kodus clean up fairly easily. I'd go with left, yeah. The possessed will roughly kill most of the dogs themselves, and then what's left over isn't enough for this side. Though the dogs might just finish off the possessed. The numbers are a bit crazy. Yeah, on the top they won, on the bottom you have possessed still living. Who can kill a Kodo? Oh, that matter. Nope. Left side wins. Or does it? You're entering the fast mode. I think the bottom gets too stuck here. So, and now the Kodos come up and kill them on the back. No, he's alright against Jedis. Not great. And he enters late. I think the otters are what will fuck the left side. Maybe. But there's so many bites here. But their damage is so shit on the Jedi. Yeah, right side wins. Otters help them a ton, and the Jedi hold their own. And all that's left is a very dead Jesudan. Oh shit, they might lose if this shrinks fast enough. Yes, kill faster, kill! Don't lose to Jesudan, thank you. Okay, Junkman, casters. Extremely good front line for the chain casters. These guys go down. The slug should obliterate most of, though the chain casters will wipe a lot of them. And then you have a backline left. If there are a couple of Junkmans left, the casters can't do anything. I think the left wins this, because most of the slugs will die away from the casters. And then it's hard to counter that. Yeah, the front line's cancelled out. No Junkmans left, but the chain casters should win this on their own. Even if they were fighting in even outer range, the chain casters don't suffer from the outers, they have high health. Although it one-shots their second form almost. And by one-shot I mean 6-shot. Point is, it does a lot of damage to it. Slug scraps. Huh. Possessed are not ideal against slugs, but they have a really solid front line. A lot of slugs will die to the outers. This is unclear. The possessed also bleed out and then there's nothing really left. Maybe the Kodus, it depends on whether the possessed die or not. Oh my god, it's wagging can Google Play. Okay, the possessed lived. All of the bites got bodied, but it bought time for the possessed. And they could shit out their damage on these guys. Casters are almost dead from the outer. But wait. The outer counter. Oh, this team ends so abruptly. There's the next one. Bites against Peters again. So they frontline well, but they get destroyed by chaincasters and reflectors. Chaincasters do alright against golems. Pompeii has no good counter here. I think all of the small ones die relatively evenly. There's a few slugs left. They're outside of caster range. They will help a lot against the golem. But you can see the reflectors just suck complete dust against the golem. Without the slugs there, or the necrosis, they wouldn't do anything. The real threat is Pompeii though. You know how long it takes to stack fucking necrosis on Pompeii? Oh, that scam with the red buff from the outside. Insane. I don't think that's gonna catch it though. If the arena gets smaller now, he has a chance to win. Insane fight. Duel estates from Expedition 33. The whole soundtrack is amazing. Also go play the game, holy shit. Okay, Caster, Junkman and Chaincasters once again against a bunch of trash. Junkman are not a good front line, but I think there's so many casters that they can eat through the wolves. But if the wolves provide fodder for the spiders to connect, that might turn it around. But nah, too many casters I think. The spiders just need to kill the Junkman, and then the casters can take care of themselves against dogs. Good job, Junkman. You died honorably. This is like one of the calmer teams I could have picked. I'll pick something bombastic next. Like, I picked it because I can talk over it. Possessed AoE casters against... why is it always chain casters? Holy fucking shit, give us something else. Left wins because chain casters are bullshit. And they're gonna crosses the possessed. Like, look at 3 possessed. How 3 possessed are gonna die almost together. Boom, and they're all dead. And now everything else gets necrosis too. Bullshit chain casters, I swear. I'll play for those who come after, and then I'll play Empty Phenomena, if you want. Oh my god, we still have chain casters again, and they're going to win again. Why is it always chain casters? What round are we fucking on? 19! This is just chain caster only stream. So the crabs secretly have a counter to the chain casters. No, they will die horribly. Well, that's it. We're here until chapter 16 comes on the end. I don't think we'll make it to the hospital. No chaincaster, no chaincaster, no chaincaster. Yes, no chaincasters. Okay, Collapsos suck. The dogs also suck. But I think the dogs suck less. And then Junkmen have no counter. I would bet on left. Because Pompey has such long range, he's going to pull other units outside of the outer range. So the Junkman will stay safe. Do we get a 4th enemy in round 20? Rats, shit dogs, possessed. Against snowballs, spammers and reflectors. Nothing here is perfect against the possessed, but as we saw earlier, the spitters do decently against them. The problem is that the dogs might kill the trash mobs, which let the possessed close the distance faster. So the possessed have a decent shot. Well, this will be the end one way or the other. Possessed close, but they can't shoot through everything. And I don't see the rats ending this. Well, never mind. I should have seen the rats ending this. GG rats, the penguin wins. I always forget they're actually really tanky, because when you fight them yourself, you just shoot them with the sniper and they die super fast and you don't care. Oh, we're finally free. Thank you, penguin. Thank you, penguin. You freed us all. Oh, round 21. That was so long. Okay, I'm gonna end it here. My throat is at max capacity already. It's time to rest. I'll probably stream it again tomorrow, unless I get busy with something. Oh, I do have an interview tomorrow, but that's in the early in the day, so I'll stream later, no problem. Wait, was it tomorrow? No, I'm stupid. It's the day after. Oh my god. Okay, time to end the stream and get some rest. See ya.